Who's on the list
Let's
of
take a
President
look.
like Donald Trump's transition team? Let's take a look at how much worse shit
Look
is
at who
going
the
to get.
players could be in the new Trump administration. Our chief Washington correspondent, John Carl, is here with the details. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Michael. Now that he's won the presidency, Donald Trump is turning to the task of
Fear and Clip with agent doing numbers.
YNs in 2024.
Oh yeah.
I have no clue these words you're saying to
No
me.
one here calls them YNs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's
We do
that
not-
YN?
That's like it's a young.
Am I saying something bad?
So technically you said nigga, but you did.
Oh my god! Don't say that! We gotta cut it out! Oh my god!
Cutie is the whitest woman on the planet. I agree.
who he will bring to Washington with him and what they will do.
This time around, Donald Trump is no newcomer. He has his own people who have proved their loyalty.
These people have been incredible.
Sources tell ABC News that among his first actions, Trump plans to fire FBI Director Chris Wray and to get rid of the career.
They had a $1 billion budget. They ran the exact campaign Drew, Destiny, and Brianna Wu all wanted, and they completely ate shit, and it's somehow our fault. The priority for liberals right now must be to punch left, completely fucking purge these useless, mentally ill communists and jihadist R words from the coalition. It is literally their entire fault we lost. Fuck them forever. No motion on this guy. Fucking, that's a fuck Hassan post. And it's got 2.6 thousand likes, bro. Ian Miles Chong would do better, you fucking dingus. Also, what do you mean we, dumbass? You're Australian. Fuck you mean we, bitch? It's satire. Look at the flags. No, this guy's a real person. I like that you guys said it's satire. Someone looked at his account and was like, it's gotta be satire. Hassan Piker discovers the other propagandists got paid. That's so crazy that like this was me having a moment of weakness, I'll admit, on camera, something that I regret. I should have never shown emotion when talking about Shireen Abu Akleh. And these fucking dipshits at the time, these like pro-Israel dipshits were like literally fucking joking about it, making fun of me for it. And now they still use that.
Trump's also made it clear he will fire special counsel Jack Smith, who brought those 44 charges against him. The special counsel, however, will probably be gone before Trump is sworn in. Sources tell ABC News Smith is in active talks with DOJ leadership about ending both his cases. And sources tell ABC Trump's transition team has already started preparing pardons for those convicted of charges related to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. As Trump begins the process of choosing who will serve in his White House and his cabinet, he's already made it clear two people he wants involved.
A star is born, Elon. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he came in.
Both Elon Musk and Robert F. Kennedy have been huddling with Trump at Mar-a-Lago since election night.
That's the, man, it's so bad. Aside from like the metric ton of harm that these dipshits are going to cause, it's also some of the worst villains, dude. Like, and like the least cool people. Like, there is no redeemable quality. At least with Trump, there's like a redeemable quality in how telegenic and funny he can be sometimes when he's not trying. There is nothing for JD. Like, JD doesn't have a single fucking redeeming quality. Okay? And neither does Elon Musk. Nor RFK. I mean, I guess RFK can be kind of funny too sometimes. But like, RFK is fine. Like, I think like RFK gets a pass because his entire existence is pain, I think. Do you think RFK will last long? No, I think his pet crow is going to eat him. His pet crow is going to be like, I smelled the worm inside of your brain. I must reach it. And they're going to pick at his skull. That's because he can't. RFK is the type of dude that can't die normal. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to pass in a normal way, one night while he's sleeping. You know, he's going to die in like a old fashioned, like the way that someone dies that you read about in a book from like the 12th century. Okay. I don't think, it's not even I wasn't even thinking about the Kennedy curse. The Kennedy curse is him being alive. Okay. Like that entire family is damned. And it's not necessarily just like, you know, the fact that all the Kennedys have been killed, but also that the one remaining like publicly visible Kennedy is RFK. That is a perma curse on the family. That's like, he's probably actually locking out the rest of the generational Kennedys from dying to weird shit, specifically by staying alive because, you know, whichever power that cursed the entire lineage is like, damn, this is a fate worse than death. You know what I mean? Is RFK actually going to fuck up our healthcare? And if so, is there any way to stop him? Well, I mean, it's already fucked up. There's a wave of racist texts being sent to black students all over the country, sending them to plantations. The FBI had to release a statement on X. Yeah.
Elon Musk spent over $100 million to help Trump win. Trump has talked about having the tech billionaire run a new Department of Government Efficiency, pledging to slash $2 trillion from the federal budget.
We could do at least $2 trillion.
Musk recently said implementing such major spending cuts, quote, necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
Your money is being wasted, and the
One day when RFK inevitably passes, scientists will try to figure out how he died, and they literally will not be able to figure it out. They'll be like, it could have been 700 different reasons, okay? Like, it could have been the brain worm that never went away. You know what I mean? Like, it could be so many things. It could be his pet crows, they killed him. It could be a swarm of ladybugs that that entered his cavities. It could be one of his like psychotic fucking quote unquote cures.
The Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
It's gonna fix that.
And Trump says Kennedy, who
Can't
has
stand this
controversial
motherfucker. God damn it, dude. Bad people keep winning. Fuck.
views on vaccines, will be given wide leeway over public health.
I'm going to let him go wild on health. I'm going to let him go wild on the food. I'm going to let him go wild on medicines.
Robert Kennedy Jr. built his career
I'm gonna let him wild on medicines.
as an environmental activist and lawyer, but Trump has been absolutely clear that there is one thing that he won't let Kennedy touch, and that is oil. With his promise to drill, baby, drill, Trump says Kennedy will play no role whatsoever in environmental or energy policy. George.
How about Ivanka and Jared? Are they coming back?
Totally
He's
unclear.
like, I'm not letting that fucking goddamn liberal anywhere near the good shit, okay? Nowhere near the shit that he has like spent his whole life working on. I'm gonna sick him on all the rabid shit that he hates. Only the bad stuff, none of the good, okay? Because like, well, to be fair, as an environmental lawyer, like I think he has spent decades fighting for environmental protections, fighting for like tribal land and water, natural water resources and stuff like that. But when he was running, he literally was like, capitalism is gonna save the environment. I was like, oh, dude, you're such a fucking asshole. Benny Johnson.
For lava to rain down from the heavens, but maybe upon Washington, D.C., would you be that sweet red hot lava for us?
I've never been called sweet, and you call me Sweet Ginger. So I think I meant then. During my 3-week reign of terror as Trump acting attorney general, before I get chased out of town with my Trump pardon, I will reign.
Yeah, no, the silver lining that you're mentioning is correct. Like every single person that is in the cabinet is going to inevitably crash out. They are all going to have very public, very dramatic falling outs with Donald Trump. So at least we have that to look forward to, because they're all such odious little gremlins that it's impossible, with a penchant for drama, that it's impossible for that cabinet to remain stable. I think RFK goes after McDonald's or something, or even accidentally says he's going to do something about McDonald's, and Trump, clamps him. He's just like, you're done. Get the fuck out of the Oval Office. Mr. President, the Diet Cokes that you're drinking have microphallocytes, something I just made up right now on the spot. and it has a tendency to actually make your ears smaller and then inevitably kill you. And then Trump was like, get the fuck out of the White House right now. Right now. I never want to see you again. RFK, you're fired.
In hell on Washington, D.C. We've talked about this, Ben. I have 5 lists ready to go, and they're growing. List number 1, we're going to fire. We're going to fire a lot of people in the executive branch and the deep state.
Damn, sounds a lot like Project 2025, man. That's weird because if I recall, Trump kept saying he's not going to do Project 2025, and I'm the dumbest guy in America, so I believed him. What? That's crazy. Seems crazy. What? But Trump said he wouldn't do Project 2025.
Number 2, we're going to indict. We're going to indict Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and James Biden and every other scumball.
James Biden? They're going to indict James Biden. Fuck did he do? He's just Joe Biden's brother. We're going to indict Jill Biden. That's right. Free James. Fuck it, dude. School walkout. School walkout. Free James Biden. He didn't do nothing. He's got a fat one. That's it.
Sleazeball Biden, except for the 5-year-old granddaughter who they refused to acknowledge for 5 years.
Damn, the only one that's not getting indicted is the 5-year-old granddaughter of Joe Biden. At least she got saved. Okay, good. I don't know how you're indicting a 5-year-old anyway. So, I mean, I'm on board. Like, don't promise me, don't threaten me with a good time. You know what I mean? Like, damn, can you imagine all the Bidens go to jail? That'd be sick.
Years until the political pressure got to Joe Biden. Number 3, we're going to deport. We're going to deport a lot of people, 10 million people and growing, anchor babies, their parents, their grandparents. We're going
to chill. Okay. Fucking calm down. All right. All right. Hey, and their parents? What do you mean? Now, wait a minute now. Okay. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. This is great. Fuck this country, bro. Suck my dick. We're gonna take the anchor babies out. We're gonna deport them. First of all, if you start talking about anchor babies, which are, American citizens, okay, you're talking not about like 20 million people. You're now officially adding on like an extra 10 million on top. Okay. I'm just saying, like, you're like, yeah, we're going to do 30 million, 40 million people. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, how? What are you? We're just going to deport everyone, dog. Fuck it. Like, literally, we're just going to deport everybody until there's just nobody left. It's just Donald Trump and like 8 people. Very weird policy. They were like, they're doing the Adolf Hitler didn't go far enough method, right? Where they've just decided everyone's deported, actually. Turns out they're doing land back. They're giving it to the natives. They're like, nah, everyone's deported.
Put kids in cages. It's going to be glorious. We're going to.
Wait, what?
People, 10 million people and growing, anchor babies, their parents, their grandparents. We're going to put kids in cages. It's going to be glorious. We're going to detain a lot of people in the DC Gulag and Gitmo. And list number 5, I'm going to recommend a lot of pardons. Every January 6th defendant is going to get a pardon, especially my hero Hornman. He is definitely at the top of the pardon list.
We actually went out and have some upcoming content with Jacob Chansley. We did a podcast interview with him. Went out into the desert. We wanted to learn about shamanism, so we went out into the desert with him. We'll be releasing that video pretty soon, actually.
Brother, what the fuck? Benny Johnson linked the Russian disinfo with Mike Davis, possible Trump attorney general. There ain't no fucking way this is like gonna be Trump's attorney general, dude. There is no what? Like, is this Republican humor? Is he serious? Yes, Benny Johnson, famously not gay. Okay, don't ever say that he's gay. It's not weird that he's no longer allowed to travel without his wife being there. Okay, it's just sometimes when you go to a hotel, you book only one bedroom. You accidentally book a bed, and it's a twin bed. Okay, it's not a queen. So you have to lay in bed with another man. It's fine. Abraham Lincoln did it too. Okay? Benny Johnson, don't say he's gay. Don't say gay. Benny Johnson, not gay. These guys are such dildos, dude. Ugh.
You know, they
gross.
said that they weren't going to be part of a second Trump administration. They said that a long time ago, but it is notable that they were both there in...
Yeah, I'm an illegal immigrant from China, sir. Please deport me to Shenzhen right now. Remember, all cabinet members need to go through the Senate and get voted on and can be blocked or not approved. A few senators, when pressed, already got squeamish about RFK killing the FDA and letting corpse put sawdust in cereal again. They might not want that on their record. Lib Dejder. Aw. Aw. Lib Dejder. Remember how hopeful you were about the fucking Michigan suburbs? I think you're exhibiting that same level of hopium right now if you think that the Republican Senate is not going to be instantly whipped by Donald Trump. Did you forget what happened when he was president? Like, he would literally... Hey, you can think I'm insane. I'm sharing only that there's a confirmation process and one president has ever gotten 100% of their cabinet picks. Brother, you are talking about... Remember earlier, I don't know if you were in here. Remember earlier when I was talking about like, oh, well, you know, trying to take away birthright citizenship like is unconstitutional. And then I stopped myself because I remembered that that doesn't matter anymore. Okay? And that's kind of the energy you have to have in terms of like what Trump gets to do. If you think personally that like Donald Trump is not going to whip every single Republican congressperson to do whatever his desires are, especially the Senate, you're crazy. He will literally either bully them from the bully pulpit, or if they don't stand down, he will sick his rabid attack dogs on them. He will straight up be like, okay, well then, you know, Proud Boys, stand back, stand by, no longer standing. Go kill the fucking senator. Go fucking firebomb his house. Yeah, remember when the libs were like, but the parliamentarian. Yeah, none of that shit.
In West Palm Beach when he had his victory celebration. In terms of the rest of the family, as you know, Eric and Don Jr. both had significant roles in the campaign, advising his father, their father, on the campaign. Obviously, Laura Trump, Eric's wife, was involved. We don't know if they're going to play a role, but we do know this. Melania Trump is already making plans to staff up the office of the First Lady. She will be going back to the White House, and she's talking with the transition team about what her staff looks like.
John Carl, thanks very much.
From college campuses to urban voting lines, a sizable shift red from one of the most reliably blue voting blocs. President-elect...
My lib dad is already saying Trump will be tied up in the courts and not get anything done. As a sentiment I've heard from many libs is cope. I don't know what the ideological makeup of the lower courts looks like at this stage, but there is a route, okay? It's called Northern Texas. You take anything through there, and it's going straight to the fucking top, okay? Anything and everything that you have issues with, just take it to fucking Texas and then let it ride all the way to the Supreme Court, okay? And we all know what the ideological makeup of the current Supreme Court looks like. That's it. That's fucking it, baby. Yeah, automatic 6-3W, no matter what. They won't even read shit. They'll just be like, what? What do you want? Okay, that's great, sir. You're the God King. Bro, this Supreme Court literally added additional protections for him to do illegal shit. And he wasn't even president. Joe Biden was president, which means Joe Biden could take advantage of the fucking thing that the Supreme Court gave the office of the presidency. But they knew that he was too pussy to do shit. You know who's not too pussy to try shit? This fucking asshole. Cooked. I think people are not understanding. Like, they're still trying to cope. The Senate parliamentarian will stop Trump. Trump will kill the Senate parliamentarian. Okay? Normally, in the past, the Republicans have very successfully, under the Cheney administration, just fired the Senate parliamentarian. Trump will walk up to the Senate and fucking dome the Senate parliamentarian in front of everybody and go, get a new one. Saddam Hussein style, okay? He's going to walk up there with a fucking revolver and just dome the Senate parliamentarian. It's just not even a thing. And he'll walk up, blow the fucking smoke off the barrel of the gun and go, it's presidential business.
Trump cutting deeply into first-time voters and the youth vote.
There's always a lesser of two evils, and the things that he stands for are better than the things that Kamala stands for.
According to NBC News exit polls, among first-time voters, Trump carried 56%. That's a 24% bump from the last election. For first-time voting men, Trump's share jumped to 63%. And while Harris underperformed...
Wait. He got 2024 56% first-time voters. In 2020, he got 32%. Oh, my God.
Trump carried 56%.
God damn, his fucking turnout is crazy. And he doesn't even have good ground game. It's just nuts, dude. You know your guessing happened for real, right? I mean, he's not going to actually kill the Senate parliamentarian. That'd be crazy.
That's a 24% bump from the last election. For first-time voting men...
Oh, first-time voting men, 63%. Fucking Trump, 35% Harris. God damn, dude. Holy moly. I know everybody's like, oh, they're just misogynistic, but like, this isn't just misogyny, okay? This is like... Oof. Oof. Oof.
Trump's share jumped to 63%. And while Harris underperformed with voters under 30, Trump gained compared to 2020.
Democratic candidate at 60% with voters under 30. Joe Biden got 60% of the voters under 30. In 2024, Harris only got 54%. And Trump got 43%.
The biggest driver for Gen Z, the economy.
I believe his plan was really good. And, I trust what he did for 4 years. He did a great job.
Bitch, you were 14 at the tail end. He has no plan, brother. You were 12 in the beginning. Or not even 12. You were 10 in the beginning and 14 by the end of it. Ugh. Oh, God. literal baby, dude. You were going goo goo gaga. You were probably in my fucking chat learning things that you shouldn't have been learning during COVID.
And I believe he's going to do an even better job for these next 4.
And in the lines of student voters at universities like Arizona State, one topic came up again and again. Donald Trump's 3-hour appearance on the popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience.
Can you imagine Kamala doing this show?
Could imagine her doing this show.
She'd be laying on the floor.
She was supposed to do it, and she might still do it, and I hope she does. I wouldn't try to interview her. I just try to have a conversation with her and hopefully get to know her as a human being.
The Harris campaign never sitting down for that interview, while Trump and his allies capitalized.
I said it. I said that she should have done it. She would have sucked at it, but it would have been good to do it regardless, or at least send fucking Tim Walz or Bernie Sanders and Tim Walz. Fuck, dude. Oh, I can't believe it. It's just like sounds so stupid that I'm just like, oh, you should have gone on the Joe Rogan Experience, but like, she should have. She actually should have. I'm telling you, the entire manosphere is pro-Trump. I know, dude. I know. You think I don't know that? They all fucking hate me. I know. And their fans, their little fucking shithead fans also hate me. I know. Why do you think that shit pops off on fucking Twitter? Because every goddamn Groiber that's like 14 to 18 is like, yeah, I fucking hate that guy. He's gay, dude. He's gay. I've never touched a boob in my life, and I probably never will because I'm fucking utterly repulsive to my female classmates. But, you know, that guy's gay. I know. I see it all the fucking time. You're fucking gay, bro. You're a soy boy. It's like I'm a 33-year-old man, dude. What the fuck do you mean? Hillary didn't go to Michigan, became Kamala, didn't go to Joe Rogan. Yes, because we are devolving. Also, no, Kamala did way more mistakes than just not going on Joe Rogan. There needs to be a better strategy for communicating on the economy with Manosphere. They're all business bros. Yeah, I mean, I have plans. Don't worry. I'm just going to go on all the fucking Manosphere podcasts and just start talking to them. And not be a fucking odious, repulsive little freak in the process. Some of them are actual grown-ass men unironically saying Lazan is so embarrassing. Yeah.
And for some students, it made all the difference.
It was mainly the Joe Rogan podcast because, you know, you have the interviewer asking like unbiased questions, real questions that are coming from viewers, and they answer it genuinely heart to heart.
Trump also tapping into often politically overlooked but closely knit male networks, UFC fans, sports betting communities, and Elon Musk's 200 million followers.
And unlike elections in the past, this time the great technological disruptor wasn't just podcasts or TikToks. It was the legalization of betting market apps that allowed people to put money on Trump and then today cash in on the election. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
President Biden, though, planning to address the nation this morning after speaking with Trump and offering a meeting at the White House. Vice President Harris also speaking with Trump before giving her concession speech hours after the race was called.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign, the fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. That is a fight I will never give up.
Robert Charles is a former Assistant Secretary of State for President George W. Bush and a former Naval Intel officer, and joins us now. Robert, good morning. It's great to see you as always. So a lot of changes, of course, over the past 24 hours. Donald Trump is now working on his cabinet with the transition team. You had Kamala Harris making that concession speech yesterday, and President Biden is expected to speak today. So where do you think things stand right now, and what does the future hold?
You know, it's morning in America, to borrow a phrase from Ronald Reagan. I really think that what we've watched here.
I like that both Fox News and MSNBC and, CNN, virtually every news outlet that speaks to people over the age of like 50 is saying the exact same thing, that the Kamala Harris campaign threw because of some nonsense they just made up that like they threw because they were too pro woke. They threw because they were saying Latinx all the time and saying how gay they are and how they're going to make everybody gay. I don't know.
There is a triumph of common sense and accountability over extreme rhetoric and honestly extreme behavior. And I think what we're looking at here is an opportunity. I heard the word reset recently, and I think that's exactly right. An opportunity for the average American to begin to play a role again, and for the government to be limited. And really, that's what our Constitution is all about. I listened to Kamala Harris's speech, and I thought, gosh, if you could only have put meaning and reality behind those words, freedom and free markets mean that people have individual liberties. Those are honored and respected, and the markets are allowed to be largely free and modestly regulated. And frankly, that's all Americans want. They want to return to the things that they love and frankly, that they cherish.
But Bobby, we cannot ignore the fact that the Democrat blame game has begun. It is in full swing. New York Congressman Richie Torres posting on X, quote, "There's a lot more to lose than there is to gain politically from pandering to a far left," to your point, Bobby, "that is more representative of Twitter, Twitch, TikTok than it is of the real world. The working class is not buying the ivory towered nonsense that the far left is selling." Time magazine highlighting this. There's plenty of blame to go around, but most of the finger pointing hasn't been aimed at Harris, who ran a truncated campaign that was generally well regarded.
Fuck Richie Torres.
Re-election bid that set the stage for an across-the-board failure. I know we only have a 1-hour show, but where did the Democrats go wrong, Bobby? Was it the far-left push? Was it Joe Biden staying in the race too long? Some combination? What say you?
Well, I think honestly, Todd, they were averting reality from beginning to end. Their policies, as you pointed out a moment ago, are the real failure, right? They didn't support law enforcement, which means they didn't support public safety. They opened the border, which means they put every single state and every citizen in every state at risk. I don't know what the long-range strategy was there, and we can guess at it, but it was a failure. They literally shut down big chunks of our energy sector, which drove inflation through the roof. I'm up here in Maine. My fuel bill, my heating bill the year after they came to power doubled. So the reality is people just are not going to let arrogance in power dominate their world. And they love their freedoms. They're simple freedoms. They love the idea that America is a place where the American dream can thrive. And, I just wrote a book called Cherish America.
House, genuine question. I'm a Howard student, and everyone's talking about how Kamala lost because people hate black women. While I agree that it hurt her chances with many, I strongly agree that it was a messaging and policy issue. Do I just need to hold my tongue? Pick your battles.
America, and it's all about American heroes who make the American dream real. And the bottom line is there is an opportunity for people now of every demographic, of every age, of every race, to do the things that they think God gave them the power to do, and not to be told by the government that they have to do something else or that they can't do what they were born to do.
Yeah, well, the concession speech has been made. President Biden has invited Trump to the White House. Very interesting to be a fly on the wall in that room. Maybe there will be cameras.
Libs are Delulu. They think Pete Buttigieg is too gay and couldn't win when he's straighter than J.D. Vance and Ben Shapiro. While I agree with that, I don't want Pete Buttigieg to be the fucking candidate, so I don't care. Yeah, liberals are being homophobic and dumb about Pete Buttigieg, and I'm just going to let it slide, okay? Sorry. No disrespect to the gays in here, but I'm letting that shit slide. If liberals want to be weirdly homophobic and say, oh man, Pete Buttigieg, he's so gay, I'm not going to correct them, okay? Normally I would. All right? Normally I would. Under other circumstances, I certainly would. I'm with you, okay? We ride at dawn. But for Pete, I don't want that fucking CIA ass La Rata anywhere near the presidency, okay? Nowhere near. What's up with being so against a few Democrats who have an actual chance to win a White House? Newsom, Buttigieg, kind of curious. Pete Buttigieg is exactly the same thing as J.D. Vance. When you see a guy like Pete with his fucking khakis and his tucked in shirt and his rolled up sleeves come to your fucking Rust Belt neighborhood, you know the mine is shutting down. Okay? Layoffs are about to happen. That's a carpetbagger. Okay? He is literally the small town destroyer. Okay? He plays so well to liberals who are slammed to the fucking television. They love him. And that is precisely why he will fucking lose. He is a consultant through and through. He is exactly like J.D. Vance. Pete Buttigieg literally fixed bread prices in Canada. Don't make me fucking play the New York Times clip. Gavin Newsom is also an amoral, sociopathic demon that feeds himself with the blood of the poor. Okay? I live under his protectorate. I live in California Oblast. And let me tell you, that's Mr. Veto right there. Californians every election cycle, until this past one, where we became increasingly more reactionary, would regularly vote by massive margins to like institute full-blown communism. Okay? Every fucking ballot measure is like, do you want to do full communism and no more private property? Californians would be like, yes, I want that shit. And then that asshole would be like, nothing we can do. Sorry. No fucking housing projects. Sorry. I'm telling you right now, that's a diabolical demon. He already looks like a fucking B movie straight to DVD release, or maybe like a video game president, okay? I don't want neither of these sociopathic neoliberals who know how to wheel and deal and talk good on television anywhere near the fucking presidency. I want to die in the wool, salt of the earth guy that has a good track record of passing successfully progressive legislation. Okay? I don't give a fuck how old they are. I don't give a fuck how not charismatic they are. That's what I want. I want someone that's earnest. I want someone that's honest. And I want someone who can portray themselves as an honest fighter for the working class. And Pete Buttigieg and motherfucking Gavin Newsom, I call him Newscum, are not that. They are so far removed from that. I don't want no fucking Patrick Bateman just because he does well on Fox News debating the least charismatic person on the planet, Ron DeSantis. Okay? Also, besides that, the rest of the country does not have a very positive view of California. The number one campaign ad against Gavin Newsom would be, don't California the rest of this country, you fucking piece of shit. And it would be over. It would be over before it started. So no, I don't want any of these fucking neoliberal dipshits that have no interest in anything but maintaining power and doing business as usual politics anywhere near the top office. Yeah, okay, Jared Polis is not going to run. Like, come on, dude. Talk about a Twitter candidate, okay? People are like, real life is not Twitter. Real life is not Twitter. Jared Polis is the most like armchair urbanist fucking neoliberal person out there, okay? You can never have a guy with the nuclear launch codes who has ever fucking moderated a subreddit, okay? Get the fuck out of here. The only thing he's good at is like, he is pro-immigration. Like that's the one valid thing. Everything else sucks.